Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this bipartisan amendment with my fellow Louisiana colleague, Democratic Congressman Cedric Richmond. And what our amendment does is it transfers $1 million out of the Corps of Engineers expense account and into the Corps' construction account for critical coastal restoration efforts. And if you look at what we're dealing with here, what we're trying to address, not only can we maintain fiscal responsibility, but we need to also maintain and restore America's wetlands. And just what is happening to America's wetlands, what are we trying to address with this amendment? Louisiana alone has lost 25 square miles of coastal wetlands every year. And I want to hold up this football to represent that every single hour, Mr. Chairman, every single hour, the state of Louisiana alone loses an entire football field of land, that's eroded away. And what exactly does that wetland, America's wetland, protect that's eroding away? I want to show a chart here of the oil and gas infrastructure, the pipelines that move America's energy throughout the country. In the Gulf Coast alone, just in Louisiana, we produce about 1/3 of America's energy. And we talk all the time about our interest in reducing our country's dependence on foreign oil, and I strongly support that effort. And in fact, Louisiana is at the forefront of doing that. But that energy that we produce, and we ought to be producing more of it, we have the opportunity to produce more, but the energy we do produce is distributed throughout the entire country through pipelines that are in jeopardy right now because of that erosion of our coast, this wetland in America. Now, not only is it the oil and gas infrastructure that's at risk, but also seafood production. The Gulf Coast of Louisiana, we produce 1/3 of the country's seafood. And, just looking at this chart makes me hungry when you look at the oysters and the crabs and the fish, this great product that we produce off of our coast. But all of that comes from America's wetland, from that wetland that's evaporating, eroding away, and we're bringing a bipartisan amendment to stop that from happening. And Louisiana's put its own skin in the game to the tune of over $1 billion of money that Louisiana's put in. But there's a project that was authorized by this Congress, because this is a national issue. And in fact, Congress has recognized this as an issue that shouldn't just be left up to Louisiana, because we're talking about something that protects and serves the entire country. And that's why in 2007, the LCA project was authorized by Congress. And all we're trying to do is keep that project alive, moving $1 million from the expense account over into the Corps' construction account. And I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves.